And we are back with Primetime MMA Fight Night 30, main event of Pudgy versus BSD Pudgy. I will be your host tonight. The Doctor joining me in the booth as well will be Rara Rasputin.
As always, Doc, it is wonderful.
We seem to have just lost him for a second. Well then, whilst maybe we try to figure out what's going on with him, we will quickly run you through tonight's card of Bang Bang versus Humble in the co-main. Humble just coming back off. We may have to go back to a short intermission whilst I go figure out what's going on. Just a couple other cards to mention. Got Jake Paul Miss, Spooky Dima, Ricardo Warbsy. It's a rematch from earlier on within the season, but it's one hell of a fight. Both of them very well versed in their striking. Warbsy now part of the BFAP camp, if I'm not mistaken. Further down, you got Charles War, a very underrated fighter, if I may say so myself. Of course, the person who was in the commentary booth no longer is. I don't know where he's gone, but hey. Also, we got Kev P, Bone doing work, and Notorious starting us off. We're gonna quickly switch back to an intermission. I'll figure out, and we'll be straight back with you. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. And we are back. We're going to get straight into the fight now, just waiting for it. We've got Rara finally back in the commentary booth, so it's a handy thing to have. Just waiting for these two to select their fighters. Looks like we're going to see a Dan Ige pick by EDC Silver making his debut against a mighty KA. Notorious, you've seen a lot of the KI, but you've seen Humble as one of the main people about the place, and he's made to a title shot. Karts has also recently joined KA, and he's, I think, as his counterpart here says, he's quite notorious, so it's going to be an interesting time.
It definitely will be an interesting fight, as all fights are with Prime Time, but especially this one. Like, he's probably going to look to maybe wrestle with him, such if he is using EDC on about here, a Dan Ige pick, you know, but like, yeah, they are notorious.
Well,
like,
Ige is labelled down as a well, Ige is labelled down as a jiu-jitsu guy, although I'd definitely say he's got competitive style on the feet. Against a McGregor, that's not where you want to be standing. Any shot landed by the McGregor is just going to hit 10 times harder than what you can land. Although he gets the first stun, digging up top, pulls back there, jab to the body, a body kick follows suit, and this is already a barn burner to begin with, Rara.
Yeah, they're both just looking to take each other's heads off. No love lost between the two, really. Yeah, they're just looking to obviously take each other's heads off, which is, I'm kind of waffling a bit, but we know already waffle. Ooh, nice knockdown there already. He's really looking to pile on the pressure and in the Dan Ige. He's got a lot of head movement going.
Well, so far Ige has landed the better shot so far. He's got 2 stuns and knocked down a front kick there, a slip straight there as well. Both of them looking to get off the centre line and start countering a jab straight there. Hook there, uppercut gets blocked, and both of them playing a back and forth game with 3 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, McGregor really, he's not looking good at the moment. He's just overthrowing on his strikes. Just the stamina attacks that has been seen from the McGregor is not good, but I just got to be careful not to get caught by that lead hand of McGregor.
Well, one of the main things I have been seeing from Ige, like on most of his counters, is that he's putting back on them too soon. It's like he throws the shot but then fakes it by mistake. It's kind of an interesting thing you don't see very often. Evidently, that was a clean combo.
Damn.
Doesn't get the reach there. A body shot follows suit, and McGregor's having very difficulty just trying to find any type of his range here.
Yeah, he definitely is. Oh, as he does catch him there with a handstand kick, I think that's called. But the stamina, it's not looking good for McGregor. Like, he can't. His body's gone now. He's blinking like a traffic light. Surely it's over. No way is he still in this.
The cardio still...
Impressive.
The cardio of Ego is quite high. Have I got these two mixed up? I'm not particularly sure. I have done. Notorious is in the red gloves. Well, apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We got Ige as, just for a correction later on the card, Ige is Notorious. EDC is McGregor, and so far that's the best success EDC has had so far. Notorious now coming in, putting on this aggressive pace, and narrowly gets dropped.
The issue is, though, with the lack of stamina, you can clearly see that it's 3 punches and they're dead. 3, 4 punches and they're out of there. It's nothing like...
Well, this is the issue when you do get gassed, is that you can't engage particularly well. Like, if you just show one shot, they counter with one big shot, and then you're just going to be on the front, because as you mentioned, the vulnerability is that big of a deal. Body teep there follows, now putting on this pressure. As he goes for the lead hook, fakes the body shot, leans into the lead hook, straight follows. 7 seconds left on the clock, and both of them still looking to engage with one another.
You've got to think, though, if you are at the corner of McGregor, I don't know what you want to do. You just want to look to block a bit and use some head movement. Or catch him with maybe a straight over the top or something. That straight is oh so powerful from McGregor. And with Ia as well, like, you're probably going to look to just carry on with what you're doing, but be careful not to get caught on the centre line, which is what happened at one point in the round, Doc, with the knockdown, obviously, in favour of McGregor.
Yeah, you have got to be aware, like, even for winning the fight against McGregor's still got that power, he's still got the capacity to, like, one-shot KO, even if he is gassed. A double jab now coming out, lead hook, he's straight, very much straight down the lead hook, head kick gets faked, an uppercut nearly does it, straight follows, nearly putting Ige down, but Ige doesn't mind, he's still walking forward, he's still looking, he knows that the pressure is where he's going to win the fight.
Ige's got the stamina advantage, but it looks like McGregor, as I say that, McGregor caught again. McGregor's got to be careful, because like, he's just throwing quite recklessly, if you ask me personally. It's just like, you'd think that he had full stamina and he had the ability to. He's just whiffing a lot of strikes at the moment.
Well, his main thing is so far is that he's done the head damage, he just can't land anything. The body teep, clipping him on no stamina, getting a body stun, and now he's in this knee and belly position, looking for the ground pound. Doesn't show that many shots once he can conserve his stamina, and now within his side control position, decides to get up instead.
Yeah, he does, definitely. It's probably a smart move if you're all on the side of McGregor. Not McGregor, sorry, Ige, because it's working with you on the feet. You've just got to be careful. Again, like I've been saying the whole fight, not to get caught, because the head health difference isn't that much. Or vast, should I say. Ooh, both blinking there. Just the difference is the stamina. Because the body work from Ige has been wonderful in comparison to McGregor, where it's been quite minimal. Get me? Yes. Oh, he does knock him down though. I'm looking at something else. He's knocked him down, crikey.
He's knocked him down, he's got the head health stun, he's an uppercut there, followed. McGregor's stamina is lower than the word stamina itself, and it's just a case for Notorious to find these shots and start sneaking them in the pocket.
Yeah, definitely now. He's just got to be patient, take his time. Use the brain. He's just got to use his fight IQ, really, though. He may have, I don't know, he might not have.
Oh, there you go, that's what you want, the body kick there, and now a head kick follows.
Oh, he's playing with his food a bit now, he's looking for the clean KO. Look at this ground and pound beer.
I mean, he gets the risky part. McGregor's going to be desperate, and he's going to need just one shot to finish you. The stun there, the lead hook there, doesn't clip just because of how low his stamina is. One clean shot by Notorious and it's all going to be out from McGregor. He just needs to engage him at the right time.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, again, nearly knocking his socks off. Just ego. We gotta be a bit careful not to come as close
And
as.
that's
Oh,
the
right
it.
there.
Goes to that final shot when he's gassed and gets to clean a KO.
An impressive performance from Ego, really. We're really got to be watching that stamina in future. Not done him well with the
Not at all.
But like, use the stamina a bit. It's like, work on keeping your stamina and blocking that body, to be fair. If you're in the corner, McGregor on that one. Or EDC, should I say. And with that, I think we are moving on to Bone doing work versus The Flash in a welterweight contest, does that say? Or flyweight?
Welterweight
Right,
contest.
my
Good to know you're commentating while it's blind. We love it. So we got Edwards in the Flash's corner. Bone doing work and didn't get a chance to actually check his pick, but should be an interesting one. He's got Edwards in one corner. Typically you may see an Usman, those type of high rated fighter. It may even be a Thompson if I'm not mistaken. And so Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Ooh.
Wonderboy versus Edwards is going to be a very interesting time. Both of them kickboxing, more boxing in the favour of Edwards though.
Yeah, Edwards has got the better boxing, but Wonderboy's got the better kicks. And if you can get the kicks flowing with Wonderboy, you're a dangerous fighter to come across. So I already say he's getting the oblique leg kicks in there. He's going to probably want to maybe look to set up. I'm not saying set up a big power move, but like set up just a little jab head kick or something, or like straight into the body or something. Like that.
Well,
Ooh,
the
looks like his head
spin
off
kick
there.
already tries to come out. The lead hook circling out of it. Edwards shooting for a couple of takedowns. Evidently doesn't want to deal with the footwork of Bone doing work with East Thompson. He's maintaining that distance. He wants to stand on the black line and just poke and prod, which is kind of what you're doing to Thompson. If you maintain that footwork, just maintain that range, circle out like he's doing, you're going to have a much easier time.
Yeah, Wonderboy working the leg really well at the moment, for sure. He's got to be careful. He does block the leg there. He's just got to be careful not to get pressured into the cage, pressured towards the cage, which has happened here. Oh, he's throwing low really well. He's got to be careful not to get pressured towards the cage, because Edwards' boxing is lethal if you get caught with it.
Yeah, one said, the thing with Edwards is if you can start getting that boxing sorted, you can start landing your shots, then it's going to become the issue. It's just beginning to it. You see that double jab coming out, trying to establish that range, but Boney isn't letting him. He's always making sure to be out of that boxing range, looking to poke, prod. So far, you're only really seeing a couple of jabs, couple of straights, and those oblique kicks, or the leg kicks there, just to like poke and prod. Front kick follows suit, and it's nice.
Straight there, straight. Crane kick thing, I don't fucking know what it's called, don't question me. Ooh. Careful takedown though.
That's what you want when you're fighting Bone. Bone has got like this pug style of fighting where he's gonna be on the back foot. He wants you to come forward. That's how he has his best engagement on the ground. It's probably where he's most vulnerable, purely for the fact of he's competent on the feet. He's always not running away, but tactically running away to some extent, I guess, is someone. It's just he's making sure to poke, he's making sure to prod, always there but not there.
Obviously, that backing up does give you the camera, doesn't it? Like, so I read something about the camera advantage or something being in the corner of the person backing away from the guy running towards them. I don't know.
Get the half guard sweep, doesn't get it. I'm not particularly sure about. I'm not particularly sure about the camera advantage. I've never really paid attention to the camera. I knew in preview there's a bit of something weird with the clinch where you could kind of get the advantage, but that don't really play much of impact when the clinch system's such a big difference in this game.
To be fair, although Edwards has got to be careful here because he's kind of getting denied reasonably well, but I do feel like he's getting the control time in that he needs. Although you can't get control time from full guard, but still.
Edwards finally going into that top mount, back into half guard. Edwards, although, as you mentioned, is doing a good job holding position, he needs to land those significant strikes. If he's not landing them, he's not winning the round. Does seem like he is going to win the round, though. 7 to 5 significance a minute control time in the favour of Edwards. Definitely gives, personally, to me, Edwards has win the round, but judges play in a weird game.
Definite. It's EA Sports. They take damage over control time any day, don't they? You can control someone for 4 minutes.
When there was a couple
seconds.
patches ago when you could end up 10-8 and someone folding someone down for 3 minutes, but That's a different story. The roundhouse kick there, pull back there, jab straight, elbow follows, a leg kick, starts a lot more active today, a jab straight, body kick gets blocked, a pull back there, doesn't do much, a head movement seems preemptive, a front kick gets met and a body kick to follow. Rara, both of them are just, there's a lot more activity this time around.
Yeah, definitely. If I'm Wonderboy, I'm just going to look to stick at range with those kicks, because when I come in, it's getting a bit dicey. Edwards is catching him in this one. I'm going to just look to stick to the kicks, because the kicks are working, because the damage that he's been doing with just those front kicks has been wonderful so far, Doctor. Oh, does take down
does get the nine, and that's what you want as your Thompson. You don't want to be on your back, as we saw in his actual fight against Mohammed. Like, as soon as you can get Thompson down, that's where Thompson has difficulty. A couple of leg kicks, follow suit, a single leg, a turn takedown, and straight on his ass. And with his back on the mat, it's going to be difficult for him to actually start building up and getting back up to the feet.
Yeah, it is definitely, because obviously we've seen the disadvantage that Wonderboy does have in the grappling realm these days as such. So surely that's going to be apparent in this game as well, which is probably why Edwards is looking to take him down. Perhaps not as dominant as Wonderboy's opponents such as Burns and Muhammad in real life, but still reasonably dominant, to be fair. He's just kind of sitting in full guard, really.
Does get it up, and that's what you want. As Thompson, you're up on the feet again. Now he can just work. Body kick there, follow suit, straight there. Body, another body shot, a hook follows. The cardio is definitely, I would say it was earlier in the favour of Bone, but with that get up, Bone has definitely gassed him out just a bit, slightly making it a bit more competitive on that front as well. Spin elbow attempt, ducks under this jab straight, just keeping those distance by Bone.
He's keeping the distance really well, but he's got to be careful, as he's got to make sure that he's not keeping the distance so much that when he throws a punch, as he catches him here, as I say, that I was going to say. So when he throws a punch, he doesn't whiff it, but he's knocked him down here. This could potentially be the end of the fight if we're not careful. Could it be?
The uppercut's narrowly avoiding the takedown in a weird position as he goes to that teep kick, and you've seen him here just trying to build up that GI and then get him now. Attempts an armbar with Wonderboy Thompson.
The most devastating move in all of UFC 4, an armbar. Could it be it? I don't think it's going to be here, because the red one's the escape one in this element of the fight today. I don't know what my English is saying. But okay, no, he doesn't get the slam, though. He's going to just...
Doesn't get the slams, doing the full guard, definitely in the favour of Edwards, I would say, Rara, though, and although Thompson is definitely getting a couple good knives, looking just to hold him here to draw out the round. One knockdown in that round gives favour to Thompson, and so we should all be good.
Sorry. Wonderboy's the one that's winning. Because yeah, Wonderboy has the knockdowns, he's obviously winning the fight. Because he's just using...
I would deem it 1-1 apiece. Edwards getting the control time and just general ability within that first round. Second round, Bones taking it back, getting that knockdown, and having that success coming into the third round. It could definitely go either way. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure it will be. As we go into the third round, what's the ref's name, Doc? Did you like this last one?
Dan Miragliotta?
I'm pretty sure it's Dan Miragliotta.
I hope so.
I don't know myself.
Oh, that's even better. And both of them going at it. As the back retreat, looking to make a distance. Leg kick there, followed by Bone doing work. Both of them trying it. Side kick misses. Head kick whiffs. A jab. Double up on that jab. Lead body kick. And both of them are just looking. I feel like Edwards is desperate for some kind of shot. Bone is managing a way to get him frustrated. And so he's just having difficulty looking for any type of fight.
Oh, definitely, for sure. But in the corner of Edwards, you want to just tell him, calm it down. It's 1-1. As he gets knocked down here and the screen's turned white on my end, I don't know what's going on. Oh, very nice. Oh, he looks for a takedown, but he's kind of panic wrestling a bit now. If I was in the corner of Edwards, I'd be telling him, calm it the fuck down.
The head kick there and the straight out he comes out, gets the knockout. So Edwards missed that straight a couple of times. Evidently, Bone got the read, timed the straight, and that's what happens.
He went to sleep in that one, and with that, wonderful fight's been very entertaining. The Wonderboy player, obviously, she's the range better. We do move on to TMF Kevin P versus AJSD Gamer. Kevin has been telling me all about this fight, good God. Not about this fight in particular, but what he's been doing to get to this fight, if you follow me, Doc. All his little techniques and everything. And D, I know D. D's alright. He's just there, you know.
Well, both of them, Kevin P's trying to build up himself as the best striker within PT, if I'm not mistaken. D Gamer's got his next opponent to fight him with an Edgar. Kevin P's using Edgar. We got D Gamer as Yan. Yan's most annoying ability, I would say, is the force of nature, in which as soon as you get the health advantage, the body health advantage, you're going to have issues because it increases that chin. Crowd in the background screaming for both of them to punch each other in the face, and we are off to the races.
Oh, takedown already from Edgar. He's probably going to look to just wrestle with D, which isn't the smartest manoeuvre because D is very good on the ground.
Well, there's a difference between being very good on the ground and being good on the bottom of it, because so far, just ground and pound already starts out, and it's evident that Kevin P's very confident in his wrestling. Gets a deny there, gets a top mount as well, and within 4 minutes, you're going to have some issues.
Definitely. Being good on the bottom, like you said, and on the top is two different games entirely. Oh, he's getting ground and pounded here brutally early on.
Another deny there, goes to the side control, gets denied. 3 minutes left on the clock already, and we've seen two deadly ground and pound attempts. We've seen a top mount attempt. This is already looking like it's going to be one hell of a dominant fight for Kevin.
Pace in this grappling at the moment is insane. Just slow it up a bit or something like that will happen. Really nice though early from Kevin. Now he looks for a takedown. D brave, to be honest, after being reasonably dominated on the ground early, though.
Yeah, it's an interesting time. Sometimes it's a case of someone shoots takedown on you, you start off a bit unnervy, your nerves kick in, and then you realise, okay, I want to take down. Instead, though, Kevin P gets the reversal into side control, making that takedown attempt seem like a very bad choice in the long run, and we've got to see what happens now. Goes for the crucifix, does get it.
Ooh,
can he get to deny, though?
Flashbacks to UFC 3 if he gets this denial. No flashbacks to UFC 3 so far today. But as he looks to get into the backside, smart move. Probably going to look for the get up here. Oh, Kev gets the posture up. Going to look to rain off some heavy ground and pound. He's got to be careful with that stamina.
So that's what you want to be looking for in those type positions. Gets denied on the top mount transition. Goes to Sproul, probably wants to get up, but instead D Gamer gets up, so Kevin can't get the reversal, slips out of the way, and both of them already on the feet looking to fire back at each other.
Definitely at the moment, if you're Kevin P, you're going to want to get that fight back to the ground because you've seen D Gamer's adversity on the ground at the moment. Quite shocking, to be honest.
Very interesting game, playing a defensive style. We've seen Bone doing it work. Evidently, Kevin P's watched the previous fight and wanting to do the same, playing this very defensive part and not wanting to fire back at all. Straight there, clips him on the feet, and a neat elbow takedown here, gets him straight down on the mat. 45 seconds left on the clock, and it's still all to play for, maybe.
Anyways, I've got to say that it's probably Kevin P's round. It's just the control time and the damage he's done when he has had the time on top. It's just been impressive.
Yeah, no, he has had two very aggressive attempts of he's had two very aggressive attempts on the ground pound, as we saw at the very beginning, and then a bit later. Now looking at the fight stats, we see it 3-17 significance, 2 minutes on the clock, 2 takedowns landed in the favour of Edgar.
Ooh, sorry about that.
We've seen how the first round went against Bone doing work versus Flash having success. Maybe it's going to be the opposite, in which G Gamer gets a bit used to Kevin P's style when he looks for the takedown and looks for.
The issue is that he does not want to become a one-trick pony. He's gonna. Oh, Yanni just lit him up with that. Crikey!
Head kick there, but gets taken down straight after.
You're going to think that he might be able to get on top of that now, but it doesn't seem he can, as Kevin throws some nice hooks and dealing a bit of damage to the head of Mr. D Gamer Doc. Ooh, that's denials again.
Does get the reversal, getting straight back up on the feet. Probably wants to play the aggressive game. If you're looking to fight a takedown, it's being in their face, not giving them a distance. Lead hooks there, doubles up on the straight. The one beneficial you do have against Yan is that power, and the chin of Edgar's going to be a bit suspect.
Definitely, but he's got to be careful. He's just literally walking forward. He's like a bloody zombie. He's just walking out and letting him tank hits to get hits onto Jan. He's tanking too many hits. If that makes sense. I'll re-explain it. So what Kev's pretty much doing is walking forward, getting hit more than he's giving back to Jan.
Yes, but he's also having some very good success on the ground. Like every time you see him get onto the ground, Kempy's at least got a tiny bit of damage off. If he wants, his best option is to keep it on the ground and just work here, not just playing it safe, going to the half guard, go top mount, look for those ground and pound positions. We saw how successful they were within that first round, and that's what he needs to be doing.
Reminding me of myself, to be honest, with just the relentless takedowns from Kevin. They've been there all night. You've got to be careful with Jan. Has got the power to just end someone's career, to be honest.
Yeah, really does. You don't need that many shots. You can just fire back non-stop using Jan, and you're going to be golden. Like that chin isn't going to survive all the shots, and that's what Kempy's got to be wary of.
Oh, definitely. Can agree there. Ooh, knocked down here. Not good for Kevin P if you're in his court.
It's interesting to see just how much of a lack actually Kevin P wants to engage in the striking. If he doesn't want to engage, he's got to go for a takedown. Just coming forward to that jab straight as Edgar isn't going to do anything against someone like Jan, who can just fire shot after shot after shot. Your aim isn't to gas out here. Your aim is to do damage against someone like Jan.
Ooh, denied. I think that's the first takedown he's denied all fight.
I think so, but you see the block breaking. Like the block breaking is just.
Oh. Evan's got to be careful here because he's walking forward and getting tall. Like I said, it looks like potentially finish the fight here. Could this be it?
Flips him in the final second.
Advised to see the third round, I think, of the fight now.
So, 1-1 apiece. Kevin taking the first round easily. The second round, 2 knockdowns in the favour of Jan. Will Jan be able to keep this momentum? Will Edgar stop it? That's going to be the question for the third round. And we set
Stamina
up.
looking a lot better in this fight than the previous one, which is nice. As he's getting caught again. He's walking forward, and it's not working for him at all.
It really is. A body lock trip gets him there, and probably going to look for the full top mount, I'd say.
Yeah, probably. Oh no, gets denied down. He gets denied again. He's probably going to look for probably not the smartest move if you're in the corner of Kev, because you're in the corner of Dave, and because you've just put yourself against the cage. It says that he's just got back out,
and he's already firing off 2 shots there. He's looking for the damage. The uppercut there, landing body shots there, uppercut trading, and it's so evident that D-Game is the confident one here. His chin hasn't been compromised. He can engage in his. Edgar can't, and Edgar's the one who's down currently.
Edgar's not looking good as he looks to go for the finish here from top mount. It sounds into like this is over. Yeah, good night, Kevin P. You can't keep walking forward like that for an entire fight because your opponent gets it out. They've got half a grand. You get.
Well, the issue was he was walking forward, but he wasn't offering any type of offense. He had a couple of successes dodging that away at the end of that first round, staying quite passive because he didn't want to engage with the Jan player. But as you mentioned, you can't stand there and just take shot after shot from someone like Jan. Jan's gonna punish you for it, and he did so there.
We move on to the next fight. Doomsayer, what, I don't know. I can't really read it. Machine versus Machine Gun.
Doomsayer versus Machine Gun. No.
Oh, I don't know what that is though.
A lightweight fight. Doomsayer using his calf. McGregor in the hands of Machine Gun, possibly one of his new reinvented self, using Notorious as no longer want to use like the star fighters of the game. And with this being said, let's get straight off and right with Yves Lavigne, I believe, if I remember correctly, as the ref for tonight's event.
Yves Lavigne is going to step to this contest. Not yet, he only just called it to begin. Terrible joke. Good show. Oh, I like the calf. The calf's nice. Then I always got UFC gear on. I don't like it when calves have UFC gear on. Is that like a rule in prime time? I don't think it is, personally.
as long as it's sensible and realistic. I don't think it'll be particularly mind. UFC gears always appreciated though. With that being said, you've got Doomslayer on top of the machine gun looking for this ground and pound position. That Hook already outposting it. Couple of shots there as McGregor. That's not what you want to be happening already.
Not at all, as he gets into the... Oh my god, I've gone again, I think. Oh no, I haven't. Good god, I thought my mic had died again. Apologies.
No, you're still with us,
Phenomenal.
And the deny there, triangle armbar attempt. It's nice to see. Does get out of the half guard. Interesting.
Oh.
Goes for the knee bar very quickly. Low stand. This is a very powerful submission if you can get it. It's going to be in the close, and it may be like one of the knee bars joining the likes of Caliber.
Have we seen a knee bar?
Yeah, we have done. We've had Caliber. Looking fairly close to red and blue, staying fairly competitive. Looking like he may get it though. The tracking's doing a fairly good job. And Machine Gun gets knee barred.
Impressive from the NWO fighter there in Mr. Doomsayer. Wow, really? He took him down and just knee bar / leg locked him.
Indeed. Up next, within the middleweight division, we have Nathan Drake, also known as Dante, within Discord versus LW's AJ Bazad. I believe I'm pronouncing that name correct, though I don't particularly have much hope in my ability. Yeah, as I said, I'm not particularly confident in my ability to pronounce stuff. We've got a Whitaker mirror. Dante / Nathan Drake in the red gloves, LW in the blue.
I don't wait for this. I love a good Robert Whitaker mirror matchup. At least we can tell the difference. At least they've not put the same shorts on, which is nice. As a bow of respect and a touch of glove. Wonderful sportsmanship from the two fighters, Doc.
Yeah, wonderful sportsmanship so far. Both of them already starting on an aggressive pace, looking to trade shots suddenly.
It's definitely... Gotta say that so far the green short Whitaker is landing slightly cleaner, but not really one to call and 40 seconds into the fight particularly. As I say that though, they're not really looking to find a range, they're just like throwing down in the middle of the ring really. Slash octagon, if you want to call it that. It's block broken though on the white trunks of
lead
Whitaker.
hook straight and takedown, finally changing up the pace, and both of them are already in this engaging section, looking to transition out of full guard, gets to half guard, and now both of them are looking to get up or into the top mount. Is always handy to do. Now gives up his back instead. He's got to be wary of the rear naked choke from both dispositions as well as back fly if he gets it there. The ground pound gets up instead.
So?
Interesting.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's not something you usually see, but sometimes you've got someone's back, you don't really want to be there, particularly his backhand side is kind of that weird position where you kind of drag them back into like back sitting.
For definite, catches him again with the uppercut, looks to get a double body lock takedown, and does. A double body lock takedown, should I say. He's going to get into side control nicely. He's
does go for the
crucifix.
And we are.
And gets in a sprawl.
Gets to get up though, and LW's having some success getting he's having some success with the takedowns, but it feels like Nathan Drake so far is just having a bit more ability just to be able to look for the key shots he needs.
Oh, looks at the fallback counter and almost takes his head off with it. It's been very nice so far, just a wonderful high-paced matchup between the two. Got to say, White Trunks of Whitaker are looking to grapple a bit more, but not saying he can't catch him with shots, which he's doing very well at the moment. Those just relentlessly pressing at each other. Oh, not Doctor.
Yeah, they are seriously doing it. Dante now putting on this pressure. He wants to knock out, evidently not getting taken down, but instead gets knocked down. The up kick only just saving it, lead teep there, and he's going to be wanting to get the payback for the knockdown.
Sure, he is gonna want the payback for that. I think anyone would, to be fair. Really nice so far in this fight. It's just wonderful to see. I'm loving it. Ooh, nice turn and tackling again.
Another takedown attempted. Going to be a slow pace. His hands phasing through the skull of the other Whittaker. Not particularly bothered by that, evidently. 12 seconds left on the clock, and there's not much time to really work here. It's mainly just about getting position, gaining that control time, Rara.
Yesterday, excuse my French. But still does end the first round with, I'd say, probably in the favour of White Trunks Whittaker, because he's takedowns and
he's the one who got the knockdown as well. He managed to find the shot to get the knockdown even as Dante was having more success. Basically even in terms of significant strikes landed, that knockdown playing the real dividends in differences. And with this second round coming on, maybe as seems to be the case, seems to be 1-1 going into the third, so I maybe see Dante come away and take this fight now.
Nice strikes early. The block looks to be quite broken if you're in the corner of Is it Dante? Dante's block looks a bit broken at the moment. Doc, ooh, gets caught though. Not very looking good at the minute, Doc. If you're in the corner of the White Trunks Whittaker's head health is worse. But
LW has just landed the shots. Nathan Drake evidently got a better head movement, but all of a sudden he's finally found his shots and gets the KO.
He's got up. He's gone flying before he's gone down there. What about?
He just landed shot after shot there. LW was just stuck against the cage trying to block, and the uppercut finally found its way through that block, and it was nights out.
Yes, it was indeed for the man himself, Mr. Dante. I'm gonna guess won that. It's alright, my vision's messed up as hell at the moment. Dante win that?
Yes, he did. Nathan Drake, also known as Dante. On to the next fight, we have you, sir. So, I think with that being said, you're going to hop out of the commentary booth for this fight and get it done. Vapor Jiri, I believe, I'm not taking it. I'm just going to show on this Vapor just for my own sanity. With 8 minutes left on, with 8 minutes left on the clock. I'm not apparently sure what I was going to go there. Should be an interesting fight to see. In the light heavyweight division, it's going to be a very interesting fight. You can maybe expect a very slow start, accelerating as we continue. Should be a hell of a fun fight. I think we see Rara Rasputin as DC, Vapor as Glover, and this should be a very fun fight to watch. Start out very slow with the jam straight body hook there, and takedown already. Into sprawl ready by Rara. Lovely job there, maintain position. He probably wants to look for a full guard. Instead, though, gets to get up, and this is what you want to be doing. Pulls guard, though, very quickly. Fake on the full guard, gets denied, rolls him over, and now he's in half guard. Top mount here, goes back into the half guard, not getting any time to do land the ground and pound another couple body shots there, and so it's going to be seems like it's going to be a very slow pace for someone like Glover. Backside gets denied, 3 minutes left on the clock. Another get up there by Rara, gets denied, could go for a gill if he wanted to, doesn't, probably looking more for the damage, and instead we end up in a full guard position. Seems more about a game of position over damage, it feels like, and that could be risky for someone like Vapor. However, you did have a fairly quick takedown start. Elbow slide and right there, a couple more elbows beating in the face of Cormier. Crucifix position, a side sandal deny, and I think as Rara has always said, giving him flashbacks to UFC 3s, make sure that he doesn't get stuck here, although another deny there. Elbow attempt there. Got to be wary of any type of submission. Side saddle is a banned technique. You'll have to look upon the matchmakers. So far, the attempt is going through. He does want to deny. If he gets it, it's going to be a DQ. And with that being said, though, to be fair, Barra's got some very good sub defense. Glover having a very difficult time actually getting the deny. Couple elbows fired off there and a half guard deny as well. This is going to be a very fun time for it's going to be a fun time for Vapor, not necessarily Cormier. Couple more elbow side, another deny there. That head health is blinking in that neon belly position. Only gets one shot off due to the gassed out nature. An end to round one so far. Looks like it's definitely in the favour of Glover. The side saddle arm triangle, not a legal sub by any means, so has to be looked at by the matchmakers to really declare if this fight will actually get counted or not. Either way though, a really good start to Vapor there, playing a very aggressive game. And takedown shot, 4 minutes 20 left on the clock, and both of them have still got a lot of time to work. If Rara can get the reversal, he's going to probably have some major success since DC's got such a good top game. However, Glover does have some subs. So far though, I feel like we're going to be seeing Glover's top game as well as DC's bottom game. Side control here, a couple elbows get landed, and DC's head health not looking fun. Another denial. This is what you call a very good and effective side control. Gets into sprawl though, narrowly avoiding saving himself, but the bodywork now being able to do with 3 minutes left on the clock. I think I may have said that twice already. We're in as many minutes. Backside denial with the bit of bodywork. Now we're back into side control. It definitely does seem like Vapor's main position within this game is his side control. He's looking to drag it on, looking to take it slow and just work the head as much as he can. A couple more elbows and another one fires and running on of UFC's 3 elbow. Cormier narrowly avoiding getting finished. Although the hook lands a straight land and he's out cold. Vapor taking the win.
Well, yeah, that happened. It's what it is, isn't it? I don't know. Up to the matchmakers with the armbar. I think he should have won anyway because his side control was that impressive. But you know, move on, don't we? To the next one.
With that, we go on to Milky Joe versus Shogun. Further up the card, we've got Trials Wars, Gemini, Ricardo, Competitor, and Valentine, the KM, one of the KM boys versus the FSK. Further on, you have Toasty Toes and Voltage, A55 Spooky, who's become around him, made a massive name for himself in recent times, missed making a return against Jake Paul, a very well-versed striker. Of course, you've got Bang Bang, Ever Mighty, Ever Insane, always puts on fighting night, and then you've got Pudgy versus the Moffat Man to finish it off for this card. However, let's go back onto the prelim section. We've got Milky Joe versus Shogun up next.
It'll be a good one, I should hope. Shogun formerly is he still part of LW? Part of LW at some point. LW Shogun Killer, yep, correct guy. I don't know if he's still part of LW. I don't really know a lot about Milky Joe personally. I've heard the name before.
Milky Joe's a very fairly good striker, has got a good grappling base to fall back on if he needs it. Doesn't use it particularly in fights, more uses it for the bottom game, as you can see by Figueiredo, Moreno as Shogun. So it's going to be a very interesting time. You've got the power versus everything kind of else, I feel like.
Oh, definitely. Got to be careful not to get caught by Moreno's shots, because Moreno has got brutal shots if he does land them. But Figgy He's very well versed everywhere else in the game, Doc.
Well, Figgy's an interesting character because of, like his IRL counterpart, which is what the fight's course based on, he's got a brilliant chin, and he's got a brilliant head movement. He has got a very bad block, purely for the fact that if Figueiredo gets hit, it's because he isn't blocking. It's a really strange thing. The guy just doesn't block and is never shown to have a very good block, but he will always be out the shot of ranges. The rubber guard attempt there by Milky Joe did get out of it, Shogun did. Now we're back into this position. He got taken down. He had a bit of got pressure to begin with, but is allowing himself to be able to rain down shots.
Nice from to flip him there at the moment. Very not there. Okay, brain. Oh, can you take over while I get my brain cells back, please?
And with 2 minutes 50 left on the clock, Figueiredo is on top on side control. Moreno starting to take down Figgy, getting the reversal. Now into sprawl up, you'll be the correct transition to do, especially if you don't want to grapple when you're against the cage. A couple jabs straight, a lead hook there. Lead hook off to the side, and doubling up on that jab there. He's just looking to poke, looking to prod.
Yeah, he's really looking to just tap him at the moment. Very nice, Mr. Figueiredo. It's just tapping him. Tap, tap, you know. He's got to be careful because every like 5 shots he throws, Moreno throws 1 and it deals more damage.
It seems like it does. Well, that went from a very slow pace fight to a KO in about as many seconds. Very well done there. That's the issue of the major lunge. You can just go straight into a head kick and get yourself completely knocked out like so.
Lucky Mr. Shogun. But we move on.
Calling a quick
trials
end to that fight. Indeed, we do move on to Magical Cloud, the guy to get the 10-second there. 10-second knockout against someone. I can't remember who used McGregor. Pretty quick. Charles Wall now looking to make his name against one the holder of the quickest KO in prime time, if I'm not mistaken. Call me versus John Jones in heavyweight, as you mentioned.
I said bantamweight because my eyes are messed up, but we
move. Okay.
Oh, Herb D.
I feel like you should just stop calling out weights if you don't know the weights. It seems just like one of the things weight for them to hear.
It's entertaining to have a guess, you know.
I mean, they are on the card. You can read them if you really want to. But as you've been saying, your eyes are seemingly screwed and you're still commentating. It's an interesting card. Anyhow, Trial Wars already starting on the front foot, looking to box in the body. Shots of Jones seems to be playing like his major game. I'm expecting he's going on the ground already, and there is an attempt at it, although he does get denied. Cormier being slammed on his back, and Jones on top.
What you want to see? Ooh, nice denial there from Jonathan Jones. Ooh, that's put into a half guard by Cormier. Cormier, as we saw in my fight, very good wrestler. If you get caught, if you get stuck with him, you're buggered. I couldn't get off of the bottom.
I mean, that to be fair is in any case of wrestling. If you get stuck on bottom, you're going to have an issue purely for the fact that if you get stuck on bottom, you can't do any damage. You're playing the defensive game non-stop, and that's how you lose the round. Jones said he's staying fairly patient, purely looking for that top round. Probably wants to go for like a posture up of some sort. Although he does get reversed into backside from his left on the clock.
There. From DC, he looks like on the back sitting. Obviously, can't use the back sitting RNC as far as I'm aware, but it looks like it's a top mount and does. Potential ground and pound incoming because DC being a very good ground and pound, this has a lot of. Ooh, let's put it to foul off there before I can finish a sentence. And looks to get into the side control and does Doc.
He really does. Maybe he does want this top mount position. He probably because top mount was the position Jones was looking for, but it seems like side control is the position he wants. We've seen how deadly this was even in your fight. If you can hold this side control position, get denies, and start elbowing someone's head, that no matter the level of the chin, your chin's going to be dead by the end of it, and that's already a good amount of damage done. Probably the most significant within this round so far.
Ooh, nice tap of the hook. Hook taps the body of John Jones as he postures up again, potentially to look a bit more ground and pound, and does get nice little bit ground and pound put Posh down before he gets it all done. Probably the smarter move from Mister. He gets up again though before I can finish my sentence again. On a lot of straight, he's probably very viable to just dodge Doc. Okay, carrying on. Just like the half guard's very nice. He's just like building the grapple advantage, getting into those better positions, perhaps to just nice denial again by DC. John Jones now more stuck fighter on the bottom than DC. He kind of flipped the script a bit halfway through this round. We are coming into the final 30 seconds.
Final 30 seconds around are always interesting, especially on the ground area, because you do have the option just to look for a ground and pound position and just rain down shot after shot, because if you get reversed, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. A switch kick there follows, an uppercut there, and a lead hook follows suit. Into the first round, very close. I would say very close. We mainly a grappling battle. DC seemed to have the most success to me, but I could be wrong. You're not sure how the judges see these types of fights. Always a bit of a confusing mess.
Damage over control time, so Daniel Cormier probably taking the round there, Doc, for this game, if you ask me. Ooh, nice there from John Jones to just catch him with a leg kick at the moment. Gotta be careful, he's just getting jabbed in the face.
Switch kick there, the straight there. Cormier also seems to have a bit more effectability on the feet, purely for the fact that Cormier's got a more boxing base. Jones has got that more kicking base, which makes him kind of hard to use in those close range positions Cormier's having success in. Question mark kick lands though.
I have a question for you. Will John Jones deny the takedown and does?
Well, the question was asked a bit too late as he actually denied the takedown, but he continues. Grimlet Sporty left on the clock. John Jones seemingly having a bit more success, but as I say that, we're going to get commentator's curse of a slam straight onto his back. Slam?
It's a transition you don't see every day, Doc. Nice though, transition as he gets into sprawl, potentially not for the get up, but probably nice half guard, nice backside denial from Jones, and smartly gets up Cormier. He just uses boxing because John Jones can't really box with Cormier on his day. Because Cormier's just got better boxing, it just flows slightly better, if you ask me personally, Doc.
Really does, and this is kind of the style you want so far if you just maintain this pace. Uppercut does get the elbow, and that's massive. A knee there, does get the block, and
side, I don't know what that's. What's it called? Side clinch?
Tie whip, I believe. I'm not sure, but I believe it's called a tie whip. 2 minutes left on the clock, and John Jones now realising his side kicks may be the style here. A jab straight, a lead hook follows Owen. I still feel like Cormier is the more effective fighter here. He just seems to be able to unleash his combos a bit cleaner. He's having a lot more success on the ground. As I say that though, he gets reversed and commentator's curse kicks in again, evidently.
Got the power of the poke. That's stupid, but it's true. He has just got the power of the poke. Just poke better at John Jones.
Interesting style there. Gets denied with the arm triangle, then goes for a top mount transition, evidently hoping that maybe Charles doesn't do it. Instead, though, end up in a Kimura attempt. That tracking was very tight to begin with. Straight over the other side, attempting an armbar. 50 seconds left on the clock. If the clock doesn't run out, it seems like the Kimura's going to be getting there. 40 seconds left on the clock now, halfway through. Coming to the end, he's got enough time to finish it. Can he get it? It does seem like it, Rara.
Eventually. Gonna get it? You think he has? Has he got that? Yes, he has. Good.
Lovely job there by Charles Wall.
That man. Just wow, well done. Good job. Pat on the back. As we move on to the next fight, Doc.
Next fight up next will be Gemini versus.
Okay, the next fight is, having a guess, LW Gemini Eminacon versus BSD Tranexi in the gonna have a guess lightweight division.
You are correct there. There you go. You finally got one correct. And as you mentioned, it is Mtran versus LW Gemini. Poirier versus Volkanovski.
Very impressive. Gemini. Oh, sorry, Gemini, mate. I do know him. Seen that guy about before. as I should now have a bit of quality. There we go. As they touch gloves of Poirier. I'm going to want to use the calf kick to slow down Volkanovski here. Don't know what Doc's thinking or where Doc has actually disappeared to, but he'll come back, I'm sure of it. Just, ooh, nice. Just tapping him. Tapper, 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 tapper. You know? Ooh, looking for the pullback counter. Got to be careful not to get caught with a straight. And doing that, mate, too early in the fight. It's caught with it.
That's a lovely job
early.
there.
Poirier doesn't pile on the pressure too much. Ooh, gets caught though. Volkanovski catches Poirier. Gotta be careful. Slips the uppercut. Really nice striking on both at the minute.
Both of them are just looking to
In the
swing.
words of Derek Lewis.
Yeah, I
nice.
do completely agree there.
In a word. Ooh, whoa, again. Tapping him. Tapper, tapper, tapper.
The sound effects
Both
are
tapping
definitely an
really good.
interesting
Striking.
time.
Both land shots, not tapping at all. From what I said earlier, really nice. Ooh, double uppercut, triple uppercut, full into quadruple uppercut there nearly. Just, wow. So far, the pace is insane for this fight. And so is the pace of my commentary. It's really fucking my voice up, but I don't care. Well, I've got no voice anyway. Ooh,
Poirier
nice.
now putting on pressure. Poirier gets knocked
Could potentially be a
down.
finish for this fight really early on. Ooh, looks like they throw some knees in the clinch on the cage, which was nice. They're both just standing right in each other's range, and the flying kicks isn't going to help you there. And he's stunned again, surely to God. Poirier backs up. Poirier trying to be careful here because he knows, ooh, nice dodge. That Volkanovski's got his number in the pocket so far in this fight. Really nice knees, uppercuts, double uppercut, triple uppercut, quadruple uppercut. Ducks the hook though. Ducks the hook, dodges the hook, dodges the hook. There.
Another knockdown there by Volkanovski. That's massive for him.
Down. Really, really nice fight so far. Probably my fight of the night. If the pace that they are going at keeps up, but surely it isn't going to. Oh, sorry. There we go. Ooh, nice catch the body.
The body
again.
kick there.
Yeah, hits the head, hits the body. I don't know. Ooh, it's nice so far. There. Oh, don't catch him.
Apology, ladies and gentlemen. I think we may have a couple audio issues here.
Ooh, uppercut.
So it currently means that Rara can't actually hear me.
Surely that's it now in the top mount. Doesn't go for the finish. Brave from Volkanovski, but he does try and get something off here. His Poirier stamina was very low. Ooh, again. Ooh, just they're both catching each other now. The pace seems to slow down a little bit from the manic pace that we have seen in the first opening 4 minutes of this fight. Really nice so far. Just gotta say that Volkanovski probably earned an advantage, but you can't write Poirier off because Poirier's got power for days to throw at Volkov. Hello, Humble. Welcome aboard.
How you doing,
Ooh, nice KO there from Volkanovski.
And that's the end of it. Lovely.
Oh, nice.
Look, where'd you... Dog disappeared. You left me.
No, I haven't
Never leave me.
disappeared.
Second, not
Who's
you.
that?
Rara,
Here.
yeah,
Rara, turn up.
I was going to say, you can hear me. Are we currently having
Turning you off. I'm not having it.
Doc's in the chat, mate. Like everyone, I can hear Doc.
Okay. Good.
I
I'm
can hear
not...
him now. There we go.
Okay then, Rara evidently
Hello,
lost the plot there for 2 suddenly seconds. Always good. We love it, and we continue on.
Some entertaining stuff right there. Just watching you two trying to commentate while not being able to hear each other. It was the
I
funniest
could
thing
hear
I've
him.
watched.
It was like the weirdest thing in the world. I could hear
I
him.
couldn't
He
hear
couldn't
you.
hear me.
I was just
Like,
talking.
and so I was trying to get a word in edgewise, and he was going off like fucking
No,
the Gonzalez brother.
that's
over
my
there.
backup commentary.
The backup commentary.
That's my backup commentary.
Anyway,
fair enough.
It's in doubt.
Anyhow, that being said, we're on to the features prelims, a rerun of Ricardo versus Warbsy. Warbsy recently joined the BFAP camp, which has just been remade, which is going to be a very interesting design now, knowing that Dave and our current champion on the Xbox side of Trixie are now back as part of BFAP. It's a very interesting time. FSK building themselves up to be one of the
BFAPs?
better
Can I just
camp.
pass comment on their name before we go into the fight?
Built
It sounds
for
like a sausage
ankle
roll.
pit.
It sounds like a form of pastry. BFAP. I'm sorry, it sounds like some sort of pastry you'd buy from like your local Greggs or something.
Oh, this has gone to
I'm gonna
complete
beef up,
hell.
bro.
I love it. Welcome, if you're just joining us, we are on PT MMA Fight Night 30. main event of Moffat Man Pudgy, co-mained by the guy joining us in the booth tonight, Mr. Humbledink against Bang Bang. Rara, as previously thought, we have still got the main card to go as well as the featured prelims. We're going to get straight onto it before any other weird conversations get on with Ricardo versus Wobbsy.
Nice. It's going to be an interesting fight. Obviously,
Beef up Wobbsy.
Coming off a win over Hayes as well. So
Could be wrong. I think he's in beef up. I'm not sure. Someone correct me if I am. I'm not sure. Anyhow, McGregor versus McGregor. Ricardo having the wins over him 3-0, but you're never particularly sure how that plays out for a league fight. Purely for the fact that nerves play into it and so many other factors. It could just be spars, could just be other competitive league fights. You're never particularly sure. Humble.
Yeah, that last fight they had was obviously very close as well, Rara. Obviously, Wobbsy got the... Ricardo got the win over Wobbsy in the last fight, so you think that the same thing's going to happen, but who knows going to this one?
Oh, definitely, indeed. That is what you get with prime time. You get matchups that you don't know the result of, normally anyway. It's really nice. Ooh, dodges him early. The striking pace at the moment's really nice. It probably indicates that these know each other's range, and they can just swang and bang, Doctor.
Yeah, they do. Like, the pace is evident that they're stone fish, so there's very little room for like learning process, not really establishing that jab particularly much. But I feel like they don't need it because they've already got that range figured out, especially in a kind of McGregor match where you're going to be using these sizes a lot because that's kind of the competitive playstyle. Humble.
Yeah, definitely. And big shout out to young Lepo, who's just subscribed to Primetime, getting them new emotes that he's got for doing that. Obviously, this matchup at the moment, though, very, very close. Both guys kind of countering each other. It's a battle of position at the moment, and I believe Wobbsy's taking the brunt of it. Rara.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's got to be careful. Ooh, nice hit to the body, hits the head. It's really nice. He's just tapping him at the minute. Ooh. Looks to maybe hit him with the elbow and hits him with it, obviously, but I don't know. Lost the point there entirely, but we'll carry on. Knees are nice from Mr. Ricardo at the moment. It's just, he seems to be flowing a little bit better than Wobbsy. Wobbsy just probably needs to back away from him, which he's trying to do, but obviously he can't back away too bad, otherwise he's going to get caught in the cage. Which isn't good, Doctor.
It's never particularly good, but with this pace is they're staying steady. It's not a fast pace, it's not a slow pace, it's just they're both pitter-patting shots, looking for the kill, and it's going to be a very slow process. Seems like Ricardo, though, is being on the pressure, and Foot is going to have the best success of it, though, Humble.
Yeah, it's definitely the difference right now. Ricardo's pressing the action. He's deciding when he wants to engage. Wobbsy's kind of sticking on the backside, and he gets caught right there. Ricardo pressing him back right now. Goes for the big shots. Just whiffing on the end, though. And again, robs him right. Can't finish him.
But this beat is surely
And he gets it.
Whoa.
Quick.
Beautiful work. As we were saying right there, Ricardo kind of pressing the action, and when he was pressing the action, he decided to pick his opponent off on the outside. He engaged when he wanted to engage, and Wobbsy couldn't find an answer for it.
Definitely, BFAP Wobbsy could not figure out what he wanted to do, really. I don't think he was given enough space to breathe, if you get me, because the pressure from Ricardo was so good. And I think we're moving on to KM Valentine versus FSK competitor in, let me have a guess, welterweight.
Oh, that's correct, I believe.
You are correct. We're in the welterweight division with Valentine making his return now, finally back in England, if I'm not mistaken, since moving out from Barbados, and compared to coming up in the rankings, fairly known within the FSK boys. I fought them a few times myself. From wonderful slow-paced pressure, which is exactly kind of the counterpart you want to Valentine's, also on the fit. So it's going to be this slow-paced pressure fight in which someone's going to be making a mistake and get countered heavily for it.
Yeah, definitely competitor, coming off a win over Chinsworth in his last fight as well at ESFL 11 that we had, PT ESFL 11. So competitor be looking to wanting to make a statement right now. Valentine needs to get back on the win column, and he's got a tough competitor in front of you. You like what I did there, Ara?
Always nice to see the word and jokes on. Rara seems to be buried under a 6-foot rock, if I'm not mistaken, possibly. And let's get straight into this fight.
Usually he's there to commend me, but he's not there at the moment. But we're moving on to this one. It's going to be interesting to see a GSP versus GSP matchup. And even though you are coming off you want to know at the moment as competitor, and you have an undefeated streak, Doctor, you're going against.
Dying today.
You're going after a KM boy. You know this could be dangerous no matter what.
Yeah, well, KM's known for their striking, so is FSK. We've seen Ricardo fight, and he's the one who's, I believe, started FSK, and so he's got that striking ability. A sidekick already coming out. Valentine's going to be looking for this poking measure. Competitor doesn't want to push the pace that hard. He's got a lovely slip uppercut, which I'm hoping to see. It's just he already timed it very well. Spin kick to the body there, and 4 minutes 30 on the clock, and it already seems like Valentine's the one who's going to be putting the pace on.
In a battle of the bullies, it's going to be a good one. And the pace really so far that Valentine is setting, it's impressive. He's using the kicks of Judge St. Pierre, the rather unorthodox kicks that you don't often see. As he gets caught there, he's got to be careful when throwing those kicks because he can get caught out as he doesn't.
Gets rocked right there, gets pushed back to the thing is he's controlling the centre of the fence again. We keep talking about it, but at the same time, I'm liking what Valentine's doing. He's coming over with a three-piece and ending it with that straight down the middle as his opponent starting to move his head back. That's what's catching him. But I like the way competitor is fighting. He's controlling the centre of the octagon. He's deciding where he wants to be, and Valentine needs to get some big counters in just to stop that forward pressure, Doctor.
But so far he has got those counters. You saw him get a couple of stuns, and even when he is back against the cage, he's the one kind of putting himself there. He's circling out, and I guess this is the case. Now that's what you want when you're competitor. I say that's what you want, and he does and manage to get like a body rock and the stun. That is...
Ooh, big shots there. And just as I was saying though, like, Doctor, it's eventually, right? It's not about if you can get a few of them big counters in. It's about... You can't take a cumulative amount of damage going backwards against the fence because you're going to get that extra damage as they get you down, Rara.
Oh, definitely. Oh my god. What is this card? This card is insane. You've just got people flying all over the shop. You've got Raps, you've got Flight, and you've got all decent fights.
I mean, Valentine adding to the rest of the statement of the primetime guarantee, no matter if the fight looks slow or whatever, you're going to end up with someone getting knocked the hell out.
Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. Just as I was saying it as well, Rara, he shuts me up. You can't move backwards and win a fight. They bang, knocks him out clean. Beautiful work right there. But I believe we're going to move on. It's going to be GSP is GOAT versus Reaper. Reaper coming off a loss in his last fight against Big Nige. GSP, I believe is 3-1. Currently coming off
Big Nige is on Xbox. I feel like you got that one wrong.
Ned. Sorry, my bad, Ned.
Big balls,
always
Ned.
Get them to me.
Oh, no, Nige is coming for you now.
Well, Nige just fought Fadinette, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and he got a loss Fad in line next to challenge for the belt against Trixie next time we run a pay-per-view.
So yeah, Reaper lost to Ned, and GSP's GOAT is currently on a bit of a win streak. So this is a big fight for GSP's GOAT and Reaper himself as well. Reaper needs to win this one. He can't go 2 losses in a row in this division. He'll get pushed out of the top 15, and GSP's GOAT will get pushed into the top 15. It's a battle of position right now, Rara.
Got to be honest, I really wouldn't worry too badly about losing this fight, because if he worries about it, he's not going to fight as well as he maybe would if he didn't worry about it. But I'm liking it so far. Ooh, looks for a takedown on Colby. Potentially a smart idea, but doesn't get it. Humble.
Yeah, he does not get it, and he's going to try and get pushed back. Beautiful Superman coming over the top there. Colby kind of dictating where the fight wants to go again. As we've seen, that doesn't really matter sometimes, even though we think it does. GSP is good, though. One of his favourite characters is GSP. He's been playing him all the way through the game. Doctor, and he's utilising him really well at the moment.
I mean, to be fair, I'd imagine if he wasn't using him all the way through the game with a name like GSP's GOAT, I'd be a slightly bit concerned. Kobe gets the clip there, his power evidently playing a major factor into the fact he didn't get the wobble. Reaper probably wants to look for a takedown, but again, either one of these opponents looking for the takedown is going to be probably a key idea. Although he goes straight into the uppercut, and that's a big shot by GSP, Rara.
What is it with these people just getting caught today with shots? Work on your chins, people. It's ridiculous. Like the 6th person who's been caught by a shot that was probably winning the fight before that.
Always happens. Momentum swings left, right, and centre. But we've got GSP as go as well, doing really well, just trying to back up. Nobody's kind of wanting to take a back step at the moment. I really like how Reaper's kind of circling right now and just making sure he's getting in a better position to engage in the fight. Beautiful dodge right there. This is an absolute... It's a bit of a chess match at the moment, Doctor.
It really is. Both of them are not wanting to step back behind that black line. As soon as one of them does, they're walking forward and already engaging. But now GSP finally getting stuck behind it. Reaper looking to put on that pressure. But again, he allows him back in. He's scared of that engagement. He's looking for that pullback, but it's not really having much success so far, Rara.
Oh, not at all. But he's got to be careful because Colby is slipping some of those strikes. If he can get a counter with the power of Colby Covington, you'd think that perhaps could be a fight finisher.
Definitely, but
Haven't seen the previous fights today.
100%, but obviously predominantly a grappler, similar to GSP. I think GSP has a few more tools in his arsenal, but I like GSP's hands a bit better than Colby. Maybe I'm a bit biased on that aspect.
Oh!
I shouldn't just talk to that because every time I say something nice about one competitor, they start getting hurt.
Generally,
Well,
the
GSP
prime
does
time
seem...
Garen, we've got
You have the commentary
Sorry,
curse
sorry,
of
go on.
prime time, and you also have the commentary curse in general. I was about to mention GSP's hands being slightly better, and every time we've done so far, Reaper's having more success.
There's three things you can guarantee in life: that's death, taxes, and the prime time commentator's curse.
What was the second one? Taxes.
Taxes.
Oh, you said axes.
Axes.
I mean,
I'm
the
not
right we're
crazy.
going, you can definitely guarantee a couple axes lying about. Seems like Reaper's trying to take his axe down on GSP's head, getting a knockdown in the end, nearly getting the finish. Coming into this second round, a barrel respect by both opponents, both of them now touching gloves. 10 seconds already playing dividends, and we're off to the horses again. Races.
Quick start there for Reaper as he comes out firing. Touches gloves. Obviously, you use that touch gloves to close distance. We all know that. All the veterans, you know. You touch the glove, immediately press on your opponent. You know, always works like that. Rah.
Oh, it does indeed. That's
Touch
how
the
it
glove,
operates.
shooting for a
Ooh,
takedown.
what's the
Always a
takedown?
brilliant
Doesn't
job.
Get it. Nice denial. Very nice denial there. So far, just like tapping him. Just tapper. Again. Don't know. Okay, brain gone. Humble. Fix, please.
No problem. And he's on the outside. He's starting to circle again, Doctor. I like how Colby's kind of trying to dictate, but he's whiffing a bit too much, in my opinion. And GSP's has made a slight adjustment, going to the body a lot more.
He really has. 3 minutes 30 left on the clock. I want to see a takedown by one of them. I just want to see this grappling factor. Both of them are wrestlers, and you could do it. Now we shoot a takedown, but he gets denied, and he wanting to commit to being on bottom here.
Who would want to be on bottom though, if you're being realistic about it? It's not a nice position to be in. As the clinch game, very nice from both there, but Colby Covington coming out slightly worse despite landing some nice body shots. He's just clipping him. Ooh, really nice. Right leg as well as GSP, not looking too peachy.
Oh, he just misses the elbow right
Gotta
there.
be careful.
Definitely has to be careful because he's just missed a few big shots back and forth, and the Reapers nearly made him punished for it. I mean, made him regret that decision. But Reaper is starting to press the action more and more. It seems he's got GSP's body health down and also his stamina down, Doctor.
Yeah, both of them playing this slow play. It's a slip after the side doesn't get much. The head kick fires in retaliation. Another leg kick. Both their cardios is fairly similar, saying how bad the cardio of GSP is compared to Kobe's. That's quite impressive, to be fair.
Beautiful work right there. Colby pressed him back. Misses some shots. He's getting into the danger zone now, though, Rara. The danger zone for stamina, the danger zone for vulnerability.
Welcome to the danger zone. It's not looking good at all. Just like the one pullback counter from either and the fight's over. Oh! Has GSP got an axe kick? Because I quite like to see an axe kick.
Yeah, GSP's
Talking
got
about
an axe
axes
kick.
earlier. I don't know normal GSP's got one, but I don't know if Prime
I
GSP's
think
got one.
Prime GSP's got, I think, all the kicks, apart from the fact his kicks are level, like, 2. It's a bit peculiar to say. Lead body kick there, crane kick, follows retaliation, doesn't particularly land it. Head nearly gets clobbered by an overhand, both of them ducking, both of them trying to use preemptive head movement to redo the counters, but nothing can really get past the block of evil. One of them with the final 10 seconds coming to a close. Rara.
Ooh,
Humble.
could potentially catch him here.
Oh!
Oh, nearly. Again. what is it with these people and having no chins today? Like, everyone's just getting caught with, like, life-threatening shots. Humble.
Let's hope that doesn't happen in the co-main event tonight. You know, you are right. It is happening.
Against Bang Bang's looking to knock your head off. If he doesn't, if he just sticks axes in his gloves and starts chopping away, it's kind of insane.
I figured it out. But yeah, the jab to the body and the straight to the body from Reaper at the moment are absolutely beautiful, because his opponent is forced now to throw single shots because of the stamina balance that's happened in the lack of stamina. So you can't throw many 2-shot combinations or 3-shot combinations. So Reaper's just slipping in a nice jab to the body or a straight to the body completely. Oh,
hey, we see the ass kick finally come out. Never seen the commentary team so happy about an ass kick, but we continue. Kobe putting on his pressure again. A minute so far into this round, a front kick there, and both of them still just going at it like it's the first round.
BKO's him with an axe kick. I will be the happiest man in the world. Oh, stuns him here though. Talking about KOs, and Kobe might be the one KOing GSP here. Ooh, just catches him again. Gotta be careful with that. He's really just gotta look to not get caught with the slip back counter or pullback counter, as it's actually called. Doctor Who.
Both of them staying fairly patient here. The gas tank evidently being the big issue for GSP more than Kobe, although I would definitely say it's become a point where it's becoming an issue now for Kobe as well. That spinning,
right there.
that spinning back fist so far, Rara, has been the mainstay of Reaper's game. He's had a lot of success there.
Yeah,
It's definitely.
I'll let you go.
It's definitely been the staple. It's just like he's spinning with it, and it's like GSP's brain can't figure out where he's coming from with the angle of the spin.
Yeah, setting up it really nicely. He's setting up really well. Like, he keeps going to the body with that jab and that straight, and that's setting up a lot of his shots. Just because GSP has to worry about the stamina, there it is again. And every single time he worries about the stamina, he can't lean back.
The head kick though.
GSP's got him hurt.
Uppercut, the lead hook, the straight follows out, gassed that leg. He's broken. Couple of hooks there, and
yeah, this is all Hail Marys right now. It's everybody's game, but Reaper needs to be careful because he's starting to get caught with some big shots himself. But he does have a huge stamina advantage. He can pick and prod and poke at his opponent, Rara. There's nothing GSP can really do about it at this moment.
I mean, we might only...
I'll tell you one thing GSP can do. I'm going to interrupt you, Doc. He can throw an axe kick and KO Kobe.
The axe kick is definitely a nice idea. Stroh could just come from a weird angle and not expect it if he ducks down. The straight jab clips him and the leg kick follows. So this has been a grueling fight. The Showtime, a primetime fight ends in a flying knee. And I thought we were going to decision. How wrong was I?
Got KO'd, and he said.
Phase 2. Yep, phase 2 knee. Beautiful work from Reaper. I just like his body work throughout that fight. I feel like the first round was kind of really competitive. The start of the second round was really competitive, but as soon as it got to after the first 2 minutes of the second round, Reaper started to take over it and really use Colby Covington to his ability and attributes, Rara.
Yeah, definitely did. Gotta say, I loved that fight, and I do think we're moving on to TMF Toasty Toes versus Gold Voltage. And let me have a guess. Is it in bantamweight?
Yes, it is. We've got Aldo versus Monjois Pedro. I'm going to call him Pedro. It's easier. Aldo as Voltage. Pedro as Toasty Toes. Toasty Toes as Pedro. Well, you get the point. Anyhow, touch of glove, bow of respect from both of them. Eve Levine, humble. I think you told me this one, and they are already off to the races.
Yeah, Yves Levine right there, definitely indeed. I like these two picks right now. He got caught with an absolute beautiful question mark kick right there. Oh, it was close though. It was
that started out quick. Jesus.
Talking about pacing of fights today, it's either been a really slow fight or a really quick fight. It's been no in between today.
You've had either quick KOs or you've had very long, grueling fights, which have still put it on one hell of a fight. Both of them now, that ground and pound raining down.
Far earlier, but you're Pedro Munoz, Doc.
Man, these two coming off wins as well. Well, I say wins. Last fight for Toasty Toes, he came off and lost to Big Nige. But he was on a 3-fight win streak before that, so he's 3-1 in the division. He obviously wants to go 4-1, try and push himself higher into that Xbox upper echelon of players, and then you've got Gold Voltage on the other side with a 3-2 record. He definitely needs a win as well. So this is a massive one. But so far, Toasty Toes has come out and he shows violence today, though.
He really, really did. Pedro now starting to get up, getting out of that full guard. Voltage getting back in it though, that gets out of it again, and that's the difficulty with this game. I feel like, especially when you get into that kind of full guard side control position, is the fact of the matter is when you can easily get up by the posture, you've got to be so careful with the posture up as well as the normal half guard transitions.
Definitely, just got to be careful. He's getting just kept inside saddle, armbar. Not side saddle, armbar, sorry, he's just kept inside saddle. He gets into backside now. Probably going to look to mount him in. Does he going to look to round down some ground and pound, or is he going to flip into half guard? No, he lets him get the back flat. Probably going to see him to get into top mount now. Triangle choke or an RNC, even doesn't get it though, and he postures up now.
Beautiful work right now. I'm really liking this one. This is about over. Toasty Toes though, Rara. He's come out for the first 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And after that one kick, that big question mark kick that he landed, he's not give Aldo a minute to rest. He's peppered his head, punched him all over, and basically dominated the grappling so far.
A ruthless aggression from Toasty Toes at the moment. It's really impressive. You look, Aldo's just shitting it. He can't do bugger all about it. He's just like sat there. He looks the most sprawling get up and all gets put in the backside now. Who gets back mounted again, Doctor?
Back mounted again, only 28 seconds left on the clock, not that much to bother. Probably looks for a posture up here, does a bit of damage, and just either hopes he gets the finish or he just doesn't. Either way, if you can land this ground and pound at hefty chunk, you're going to have a fine time, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just liking the cumulative amount of damage he's done throughout this round. He nearly finishes him right now. That is a beating right there. That reminded me of that Valentina Shevchenko fight where she dominated her opponent and the referee didn't stop the fight after 264 unanswered strikes. That was a beautiful performance from Toasty Toes in the first round. But if I'm Gold Voltage here, you've got to go balls to the wall. You've got to go balls to the wall, Rara. You've got to throw some kitchen sink at him and you've got to not get taken down.
Definitely, you've got to go big or go home in this one. It's just like, you've got to be careful though, because his stamina is still really high up there. Aldo's boxing's quite nice if you can get it going in comparison to Pedro Munoz. You've just got to be careful.
The issue... okay
Nobody got a
then!
chin today.
Head kick
Where's
follows a
everyone's
spinning
chin
heel
gone?
kick going. I feel like that wasn't the case of nobody had a chin. I feel like that was the case of you're throwing the head kick and got met with a spinning heel kick of hell.
Yeah, that was a beautiful kill, beautiful timing right there. But mainly we've got to look at the amount of damage he took in that first round as well. He probably should have been finished 2 or 3 times. I should have for a mount and teed off on him a few times. That chin had been, never mind tested throughout that fight, it had been peppered to that point. And then the perfect timing spinning kick. Beautiful work, knocks him out clean, and an absolute amazing win for Toasty Toes. Goes 4-1 in the Xbox division as we move on to Spooky versus Demon. Now this is a big fight in the PlayStation division. Demon coming in 3-0. Spooky, I believe he's 5-2 or 4-2 at the moment in the PlayStation division, but he's had some big wins over some tough competition, including Skitch and a few other big names.
Skill recently coming over to the Xbox side and becoming part of the KM. Just to be on the side note, as you mentioned, Spooky has kind of entered into the PS division and come out like a mental man. He's got this weird, peculiar style of striking and grappling at the same time. Demon's this fairly competent striker as well as a good grappling base. Starting out with the pressure, GSP looking for a contempt, doesn't get it, and it's already set to a high pace. Rara.
Seems we might have lost Rara for a second, but do not worry, Doctor. I am here to save the day as Dima denies a takedown right there, but it could be a problem right now as Spooky's using one of my techniques at the moment, one of my former campmates, and the knees to the body, you can't actually stop them once they get started. You need to go first or go home, and that's exactly what Spooky done right there. But he's been fighting in other leagues as well, Doctor, to your point, and he's been dominating in other leagues and kind of doing a really good job, including the ESFL. So Spooky's on a great momentum tear at the moment, and he wants to prove a point against Demon today. And he's got him on the floor right now.
Working those body knees, exactly what he's doing. It seems like he's going to go more for this body style. He wants to gas him out. He knows he's going to have maybe play a bit more aggressive, high-paced action, so he can gas your opponent out first and then start to play that high pace. It's going to do dividends to you into that second round.
Yeah, definitely. The half guard there, nice again. Not really looking to land off too much ground and pound from what I'm seeing so far. As I say that though, lands a bit of ground and pound there. More looking to go for transitions as we don't finish the first round. I thought that was it, but judging by him pausing, decided to have a random pause. Bit of a taunt maybe to his opponent, Humble.
Nah, Spooky's one of them people. He's a stat man. He likes to keep an eye on everything he's doing. But as he says that, not really paying attention right there, and he gets reversed. Demon now on top. Demon's a great competitor in his own right. You don't go 3-0 against top competition for no reason. But the story of the fights for Spooky so far, and the 2 losses that he actually has in his record, that he's been winning the fights and then lost in the third round. So this is going to be a very interesting fight going forward for Dima. If he can keep Spooky guessing and keep working that stamina, he might have a chance later on, because Spooky's known to drop the ball doctor later on in the fight.
He really is. Spooky's main action comes in this first and the second round. Third round is where it gets a bit sketchy, but I feel like that's always the case for many grapplers. If you have a very good first, you have a slightly worse second, and then third round it goes to Kingdom Come, and you're trying not to get finished.
I will be done.
Spooky now in top mount, trying to look for this ground and pound, doesn't get it on the other hand. They're just getting back into the half guard. Humble.
Beautiful work, pushes up, goes for the ground and pound that Rara said that wasn't happening. Obviously missed some right there, Rara, but he might be thinking, I don't want to get reversed. I want to control the last 35 seconds of the round and secure this one.
It gives you a bit more confidence going into the second round, doesn't it? Unless we see some miracle submission in the final 20, which I don't think we're going to, or a KO potentially from the ground and pound here. Got to be careful because he's getting his hook posted quite a significant amount GSP by Edwards. Humble.
Yeah, that's going to take away a lot of the stamina as well moving forward. Obviously, if I'm Spooky, you want to go to the body shots, and to go to the body shots, you've got to use them hooks. You've got to use them hooks, Doctor, and when you use them hooks and you get posted, you drain that little bit of stamina, which keeps the fight very close.
Indeed, you also risk the reverse from the hook, so you have got to kind of mix it up between the two hooks. Going hooks only is the safer bet, because you get slipped, it drains a lot more stamina, and you can get a lot more chance of giving them the get up, but again, you still have the risk on the hook, so it's an interesting time to really try to figure it out. Dima coming forward though, and he's really landed a lovely combo there. A front kick follows suit. A GSP pinned against corner, getting the clinch, getting the tie whip, and now sticks in
I
against
almost
the
thought he
cage.
was going for a standing guillotine there. I was about to be very shocked, but he didn't. Well, ooh, gets up. Doesn't deny the get up. Quite a difficult one to deny, but if you got it on lockdown, then you can deny it well. Pulls him back into backs of the.
Oh, wow.
All right, it's a new transition. I've never
That's
seen
a
before.
lovely deny there by Dima. It's a night of the backseat intake, evidently. And with that, 3 minutes 30 left on the clock. Spooky on bottom, a rare place we get to see. And Edwards looking for this ground and pound, decides to get up though instead. Head kick follows suit, and
Beautiful work right now, but for me, Rara, it's the case of Dima's not doing enough. He's starting to engage a bit in the grappling as well. I know he has to because of Spooky's style at the moment, but big suplex right there as well. It must be Raw WWE tonight, because Spooky has decided to turn up as GSP Lesnar, and he's just suplexed.
He's taking to Suplex City.
Exactly.
There's Michael Cole. Get him out of here.
That's that. He's calling the fights.
Oakland playing a fairly steady pace. We'll go into the backside position. Again, though, going back to your further opinion about how Demon's not winning the fight because he's grappling. In some cases, you're fighting a grappler. Your best place to be sometimes is on top of that grappler. Because their grappling may be good on top, but maybe iffy on bottom, and that seems to be the case here. Dima having a lot of success with the top game, finally taking his back, does get denied though, and could get risk game reversed here.
Yeah, and that's my point. You're giving your opponent the position of where they're most comfortable as well, and when someone's as good on the ground as Spooky, on top or on bottom, he's going to be able to deny you and eventually get a transition or a turn, and that's where you risk danger, because when he gets on top of you, he usually doesn't let you up.
cuts through into half guard. The get and the get up, the posture up, right in a couple of shots there. Does get reversed, and GSP's ground and pound stat is going to be a massive issue here if you're not careful. Although that stamp did get denied, he wasn't able to actually really get any block shot.
Tell you what he needs to do. He needs to stand him up, throw an axe kick. We're going to beat that joke to the ground today.
Never worked, you know.
I
seen
think
it
we
before,
have got
easily.
a couple axe kicks, KOs in the past. Ground and pound there again, quite effective, just peppering the body and face of Edwards, hoping just to secure the victory in the last 3 seconds of the second round.
And this is what I mean about this is my point. As much as Dima was doing well on the ground, he gave a position away, got reversed, and then his opponent got on top and ended the last minute of that fight on top, doing some effective ground and pound. And the round's now up for question, and you know the judges have seen GSP on top for both rounds at the end. So it's a super close fight. And for me, Edwards just needs to keep her on the feet, maybe get a bit cheesy, get a bit use your knees, use your elbows, use the clinch sometimes. But you cannot let GSP get you on the ground. You can't let Spooky get you to the ground.
No, although I did see something quite funny there. In the control time menu, they were both on 1 minute 33 exactly in that second round.
Nice.
Just amused me.
Spooky gassed out, only narrowly avoiding it. Power takedown there. He's got to slam him.
Got no energy. How's he doing that?
Game works in mysterious ways, powered by the sheer
No
will.
sense. Makes zero sense that you can pick someone up with less than 10% energy. That's so stupid.
And 3 minutes left on the clock. We have the repeat of the last 2 rounds. Dima on bottom, GSP on top, looking for the ground and pound. Going to see a bit more of it now. Rain down shot after shot. Dima struggling to really get anywhere or even get up.
UFC 3 flashbacks, anyone? For this fight, just being held on bottom and not knowing what the fuck to do. Ooh, arm triangle.
And
Oh,
now, yeah, he lets it go right there. I don't know why he even attempted it, because it's kind of a risk-free move, as we always talk about. He knows it's an option now, though. You can see Spooky kind of mixing between the
Arm triangle's
transitions right
also a safer top mount feint, I find.
Yeah.
If you're gonna feint it, you're normally doing it because you don't want to risk the feint of top mount. Top mount's a weird feint because sometimes you get hangs, and so as your opponent transitions into that full guard, it just allows an easy reversal into full guard bottom.
And Spooky's decided now to he's going to play for the round. He's going to play for the fight. Just stick on top as much as possible and kind of. You know, Dima's not doing enough, in my opinion, to try and get himself up off the ground. He needs to be a bit more proactive, but that's going to play into the hand of Spooky.
oh, definitely. Gotta just think now that if you're in Spooky's corner, not Spooky, Dima, you've got to get to your feet and try and knock the fucker out. Either that or pull a submission out of your backside, because you're getting dominated on the ground at this round, to be honest. And you gotta say that the first round was also GSP's 100%, and the second a bit wishy-washy, maybe his, maybe not. But for sure, at the moment, if things keep going as they are, Dima is going to lose this fight.
Definitely going forward, and you know, it's a smart thing for Spooky. He wants to put himself in the top of that PlayStation division, and he's doing it against a guy that's 3-0, a very dangerous competitor. He's managed to keep the fight. 90% of this fight's been on the ground, which is where he's really good. And Dima hasn't been able to keep the fight on the feet for a significant amount of time to do any sort of cumulative damage, Doc.
It's a very slow pace fight, and that's, I feel like, it's going to annoy some people. It's not going to, and this is just where you get to the stage when you're grappling at these high stages. It's not about finishing your opponent. It's about winning the round, and in some case that means you're stuck in half guard, you're stuck in full guard, peppering their body for 3.5 minutes. Because sometimes that's the safer option.
Yeah, definitely.
See how the
Yeah, for
judges
sure.
score it. I would personally score it all 3 rounds to Spooky, although you're never particularly sure how these judges do it because they're a bit wild.
I'm getting it 29-28 Spooky, but it's EA Sports for all we know. They could have been high and thought GSP was Edwards or something and give Edwards the win, I don't know.
At least 3 is normal.
29-28 unanimous decision in the favour of GSP.
Good fighting.
Impressive
Correct
performance.
decision, right? Correct decision from Spooky as well to keep him on the ground, not take too many risks. And, you know, if it was 1-1, I mean, if I was going to that third round now, Spooky, I was probably thinking I was winning 2-0.
First
You lose that
decision of the night as well, if I'm not mistaken. Narrowly avoiding, I think, Reaper's fight earlier on. Just in the second fight of the main event, narrowly avoided getting to a decision by flying knee KO. Now we're on to the next and last main card fight before we get into the co-main and main
Jake
event.
Paul, a man who took out Tyrone Woodley recently.
Yeah,
His
beautiful.
boxing match. Gotta mention that.
Beautiful knockout.
To be fair. And obviously, a man who many people know, Great Mist.
Yeah, Great Miss currently 4-2 in the Xbox division, looking to take out the infamous Jake Paul. It should be an interesting fight. Jake Paul obviously coming off a win over that Tyron Woodley. No, I'm joking. Jake Paul obviously he's coming off a loss actually in his last fight, but it's going to be interesting to see how he approaches this one, because Great Mist is a fantastic player and a really tough fighter for anybody in the division.
Definitely. Gotta be careful though. You don't want to be getting knocked out by Jake Paul, because it's brutal if it happens. As we do carry on, and a Lawler Cannonier. You don't often see a Jared Cannonier, if
One of
you
my
ask me
favourite
personally. But
characters.
it's one of Mist's.
Mist one. This is one of Mist. Both of these are kind of Mist's main pick. You have Lawler's a very aggressive, very powerful striker. You see Cannon is known for his power and the leg kicks, and that is kind of Mist's game plan. He's going to kick your legs out, and he's just going to engage. If he makes it to a decision, he's doing it something wrong in his head, and so don't expect this past maybe the second round at max.
Definitely. And
I'm
Jared
expecting
Cannonier is a-
first round KO.
Yeah, Jared Carney is a fantastic pick because he's got 98 power. Doesn't have the best kickboxing category, and which is weird because he formerly was a kickboxer. But you know, this guy's fought from as high as heavyweight, which is crazy. You got that Anthony Johnson feel going about when you're thinking about Jared Carney. He's fought everybody like heavyweight, middleweight. You know, next is the welterweight as well. So this guy brings the power down basically.
It really does play in a very slow pace here. 3 minutes already in the fight, and it seems like Lawler's just trying his hardest not to get clipped constantly. The head kicks come up, the lead hook and the straight have been landing. The uppercut's more there just to stop him from ducking, I feel like, and both of them are going at a maddening pace, and that leg's already getting chopped up. That power's going to be so low, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, they both got stats updated as well when Gerard Kennedy beat Kelvin Gastelum and Lawler beat his last opponent in Nick Diaz. They both got massive upgrades, so these two are very usable characters, and these guys are using them so well at the moment. I'm really liking what Great Mist is doing, chopping up that leg to bring the shots up high, and I'm liking what Lawler's doing firing back. Catching him right there.
Definitely gets caught though. Got to be careful with that. Lawler has got insane amounts of power. But a man with such a little hand. Ooh, a leg. The leg is gone. Great Paul at the moment. Not good. Looks to get into stat guard now. Mist doesn't get it. Gets denied. I think denies the get up though and gets into stat guard now. And looks to take his head off with the ground and pound. Doctor. And he finishes it. That hence why I tried to turn it over to Doc. Wow. Impressive.
Mist just didn't want to hang around. He got the knockdown. He just wanted to finish it off as quick as ever.
Definitely. And I'm going to head out of the booth because I'm going to go quickly get myself ready. And we're fighting Bang Bang. Currently, Bang Bang is on, I think, a one fight lose streak. I'm on a 1 fight lose streak. So I'm going to try and knock him out, everybody, but he's a tough fighter. It's going to be a good one.
Finish.
Indeed,
With
indeed.
an axe
Bang
kick.
Bang, a mental fighter in himself. I would give the edge to Bang Bang purely for the fact that he's such a fun fight to watch. Any fight you see him in normally ends up being fight of the night, thus contributing to this entire philosophy of the primetime guarantee. Humble not to be messed with, coming off a loss to Attica in his most recent title contendership. Silver versus John Jones, Silver being Bang Bang's main pick. If I'm Humble, I'm looking to grapple. I'm looking to kick. I'm looking to keep him at a distance, Rara.
That is it, Doc. Jones hasn't got the best boxing, but he's very good kicks, and Mr. Silver has got very good boxing, but not the best kicks, I'd say. Personally, he's got very much power in those hands. John Jones gonna look to kick you with the oblique leg kicks, stuff like that. Just pepper you with the little leg kick shots, head kick shots, you know, Doc, as he gets caught quite early on. Not good for Mr. John Jones at the moment, Doctor. Who?
Yeah, again, though, you see him dodge out the way. He did attempt a spinning kick. A flying knee there does land. Nice job. A slip low followed by the hook. A straight instant knockdown. Bang Bang already putting on this mental pressure. Uppercut there.
Okay.
Uppercut gets it. And this is a quick fight.
Pace is insane. It's the prime time guarantee. You get a fast-paced brawl, which is what's happening at the moment. Got to be careful though. You just got to chill out if you're humble. If you're in his corner, you just got to chill. Like using the kicks, use the reach that reach advantage John Jones has at Doc.
You really do. You just have to. Even grappling is the idea. I say grappling against Bang's illegal purely for the fact it's literally the best way of beating the guy. If not, you're going to get clipped on the feet somehow. John Jones isn't the pick you would normally choose to engage in it, and lead elbow winning him the fight there. But this is a risky fight for Humble so far.
You definitely just to use the range. That's what I'm calling for. I'm calling for him to use that range to just keep him away. Treat him like he's got a bit of a disease, you know. Oh, elbow right. Just hit that man quite hard there. Oh, and again. Very even fight so far. I feel like that counter has evened it out a bit, Doc.
Very slow
Bang
pace
Bang
here. Knee there, straight there follows suit, and another knee follows. He's now starting to gauge a bit of this. He's looking to poke prod, but Bang Bang again, he's got that paced up. He's gonna just look, he needs that one big shot, and you're probably done for if you're not careful.
Oh, definitely, especially with a guy like Silver, with the power he does have in his hands. Ooh, nice stop the body. Gotta watch that body, hasn't he, Bang Bang? Because it's not good. He's hitting it, but he hits that head and he's knocked down again. Humble's got to be careful here. With that man with the
another
shades,
flying knee. It seems
careful.
like when Humble gets nervous, he throws some mental stuff. Maybe he got to be wary of the spinning kick.
Oh,
Leans into
dear.
the hook, and could be the end for Humble. Humble
Oh
does.
my lord, he's not going to it. Wow, what a brilliant counter.
Oh.
It is all over.
All
Who
over
is the ref?
indeed.
The dog?
Hmm?
Ref that stops it is.
Fred, the metronome. I didn't pay attention to the ref. With that being
Bald
said,
guy
I
that you
think we
don't know the
get
name of.
Humble AB out of Into the Unconscious State coming back into the booth for our final fight of this evening. The main event of the Moffat Man versus BSD Pudgy.
Yves Levine.
Scariest.
Yves Levine.
That's what I'm trying to tell
I'm
him.
gonna drill this into you.
Listening.
Yves Levine.
Bald
is
guy, you don't
going
know the
wild.
name of.
Just like the tracksuit Yves. Anyway,
There's a tracksuit
Bang Bang.
called Eves.
It's like Yves Saint Laurent, or whatever it's called, Yves Saint Laurent. Anyway, Bang Bang did a great job there. Well done, Bang Bang. I couldn't fucking keep him off me, and his combinations were beautiful. I thought I was starting to get going, as Rara said, with some of them shots, and then he just bang bang bang, 3-4 piece, bang bang bang, knock me down, and then like
Bang bang.
yeah, like Doctor said, I throw some mental shit when I'm hurt, but you know what, it was fun because I was expecting him to think I was going to go to the body and he didn't bite on it. But now it's the main event. We're going to have Moffat Man versus Pudgy. It's going to be a banger. Here we go in the Xbox division.
Damo
These two-
Rialta as the red, Volkanovski in the blue. I believe that's Moffat. Nope, Pudgy is Volkanovski. Moffat Man is
Who's the
Aldo
ref,
in the
Doc?
red. Damo
Who said-
Rialta, I already said that.
Hey.
Nice work right now from Pudgy. He just tries to land some beautiful hooks right there. I really like Moffat Man stick on the outside, using Joe Saldo as he should be used. Beautiful uppercut right there. And Pudgy starting to use his jab, rah.
Yeah, definitely. He's just trying to establish some range, be able to tap him with some shots. Behind the jab, he's going like 1-2, 1-2. Really impressive so far. The block of all takedown from Aldo, something you don't see every day, Doctor.
I'm just shooting the takedown, more expecting Volkanovski to shoot the takedown, but hey, sometimes if you're the striker, sometimes you shoot the grab, shoot a takedown just to make your opponent a bit curious of what your actual game plan is.
Yeah, definitely. And he's doing a good job right now. You've seen this against Vera as well. It's not like this isn't real life. Vera was winning the kind of the kickboxing battle against Aldo, and Aldo decided to grapple him for 2 rounds. So it's a nice plan. He's not a bad grappler. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he has trained under the Nogueira brothers, famously feeding the carrot to a bus from Chael Sonnen, if you've ever seen that before. But yeah.
Indeed. Very nice. So far, ground and pound tapping him with the shots. Does get taken back down though. You just wait into frame, he's trying posture down. Instead of that, transitions into side control. Flashbacks to the OC3 if he denies, he doesn't deny Doctor.
Yeah, he's got this half guard position. It's going to be an interesting time slowly digging down. He's got to stay very patient.
Definitely big shots so far from Aldo, and Moffat Man choosing to kind of use a different type of game plan as we alluded to earlier on, and kind of put Pudgy on his back. You think that Pudgy would be quite comfortable here with a kick like Volkanovski, but like you alluded to earlier on, nobody likes to be put on the back and nobody likes to defend this position.
A full guard's the best place you can be. If you're on your back, though, it's got the most positions to do us. Stat guard, we've seen how deadly it is, finally gets to get up though. Minute left on the clock, and he's got to really make up some lost time here. Body kick there already being fired.
Definitely a huge fight in this division as well. You got Moffat Man currently 5-1, and you got Pudgy currently 5-2. But Moffat Man being on a 4-fight win streak, you've got to think that this guy wants to go 6-1 in the Xbox division and go on a 5-fight win streak, which is not good. He's going to be up there for a title shot eventually if he keeps winning these fights. Maybe get a fight against someone like Fadanator in the future to prove himself, or a Big Nige. But beautiful work so far from Moffat Man, Rara.
Oh, for sure. Really nice at the moment. Top man maybe, denies the back mount and looks to ground and pound his face into the canvas now. Hitting some nice shots to the Moffat Man here. Really? And he ends the round. Probably safe for the bell there, if you ask me personally. A Doctor Who.
Indeed. I feel like Pudgy needs to either be the one to set up the takedown next time round, or being the more aggressive on the feet, because it's evident the Moffat Man got the takedown test, which gave him the confidence on the feet. So coming into this next round, something needs to change with Pudgy's entire style to really make it a more close fight. Humble.
Yeah, he's kind of walking into shots a lot at the moment. He's being the aggressor. Maybe couch like Volkanovski does instead of leading the action. You can see the urgency for Pudgy to get across the cage rather than the Moffat Man, who's kind of just sticking behind his jab, using his feints and using that grappling really well. And you can see a bit of frustration there, Ara, from Pudgy. Usually, if you take Pudgy down and keep him on the ground, he tries to come back and kind of do the same to you. And it could be the same thing as we said earlier on about engaging in the grappling can cause you to lose.
A little bit spammy on the half of Pudgy to get that down. But he got it down, which is all that matters. End of the day, gets into top man now. Probably going to look to ground and pound, but he gets to get up Moffat Man. Hang on. Moffat Man is Aldo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apologies. Got confused.
It's not hard. Don't worry.
No, we started the first lot of calling the Notorious and EDC the wrong way around, but we continue. 3 minutes 30 left on the clock, both of them still engaging. Pudgy really wanting to put this pressure on, breaking the chin of Aldo. Aldo dodging out of the way, just picking his shots carefully and timing them nicely.
Yeah, you see some success right there from Pudgy, and you think he's going to continue it on Rara. You think he's going to continue that pressure, right?
Yeah, for sure. The pressure is working. If it ain't broken, don't fix it, as I say. Works very well. And he's countering quite well, though, Moffat Man, at the moment, when he gets the opportunity to, but he doesn't really land when he gets the counter. He's stepping aside, but he doesn't get the counter. Doctor. Ooh.
Yeah, Moffat Man's main thing is he's just managed to lunge out the way every time Pudgy wants to engage. He just lands out the way. That first takedown defense of tonight's fight is a definite big shot. Doesn't get a massive counter, does get the elbow, another takedown shot. Pudgy on the cardio side seems to be doing better, but the switch kick may have just changed that. 2 minutes left in the fight. It's going to be an interesting last 2 minutes.
Big shots. I'm starting to see a sway in the action from the Pudgy so far. He's starting to find some success, and that's what he really needed to go into this one. Even though he is getting caught, he's starting to make Moffat Man react in big transitions. But can he block it? He does get the block right there. Pudgy's got a really dangerous spot right now to try and hurt Moffat Man, but the stamina from Moffat Man is looking bad, Rara.
Oh, his stamina is definitely looking not well, probably from all those takedowns he's whiffed and not been able to land and had defended by Volkanovski so far in this fight. And now he's up against the cage, not looking too good if you are in the corner of Moffat, a man at the moment. Hence why he's deemed the scariest man in all of UFC 4, if you ask me personally. A doctor.
I want to see the bodywork from Pudgy. You've got this low gas tank of Aldo's. If you actually start digging to that body a bit, you're going to get a body stun. If you time it right, even a body kick, just... Volkanov's got a very good lead leg, so a jab straight body kick may be the idea. Even a lunge, when Moffat Man does it, you're going to have some fun time. But 15 seconds left in the round. It definitely seems like Pudgy is starting to get ahead of the fight now.
Beautiful work. I'm liking the adjustment so far that he's made, Rara. He's definitely give himself a shot here to kind of do really well going forward. Moffat Man is overreacted, in my opinion, in this round, and it's costing him his stamina going forward.
Edge needs to chill. He's got 3 rounds to play with. He just needs to chill out a bit. To have a bit of a rest. Think about what he's trying to do in that corner. Before he comes out, be a bit less panicky. Perhaps try find his range a bit more, Doctor.
Yeah, Moffat Man's main thing is like you see there, he's leg kicking, he's lunging out the way, he's having a very slow pace. Pudgy's on the other hand, it's just the fact he can't actually land any shots because of that landing, so it's an interesting time from both opponents, Humble.
Yeah, he's just got to get timing. Like, Pudgy's just clearly trying to get close enough to get the timing. At the same time, he's getting caught quite a bit. Because one shot if you walk into a shot while you're lunging, you know, walk into a hook, you're gonna get rocked or knocked out. There's no question about it, especially if it's a perfect shot as well. So Moffat Man's kind of putting himself in danger right now, even though he's draining his opponent's stamina by doing that. He's actually leaving himself incredibly vulnerable positions. But great takedown for Pudgy. Clearly got annoyed with the movement right there from Moffat Man and gets in the side saddle.
I think I'd get annoyed with the movement of Moffat Man as well, but Moffat Man does deny the back mount there. Very nice from him. Doctor.
Yeah, very slow pace, slams him down, and that's what you want to be doing when you're Pudgy finally now starting to get a better pace.
Beautiful work. He's in side control right now, and Pudgy needs to do some more damage here. He could attack the stamina, but Moffat Man gives him that position right there. And I love this position when people kind of roll upon me, and I kind of want to do some more work to that stamina. This is the position I want to be in because I can drain the stamina down, I can keep and hold them there, and I kind of know which positions they want to go. It's an easy position to hold people in.
From Lee, kind of agree there with that one. It's really nice. It's got him in the half guard for a bit, kind of use that control time. Doesn't though, gets up. Probably going to try and look to strike with him because he's probably getting slightly better off with those striking battles. But the left leg of Volkanovski is not looking too good at the minute. Humble.
Beautiful work right now, pressing him back. I like this. I'm liking the adjustment from Moffat Man, but he needs to be careful. Like I said, he's going to walk it with a big shot. Pudgy's starting to time him a bit better. He's waiting for the movement before he starts to throw. Great work right there. Beautiful transition as Pudgy rolls him right for you. Gets a rock, now he's going to chase him. Moffat Man is on thin ice. Pudgy pressing the action.
For that one there.
It's a very careful fight. Pudgy wants to engage. He's not sure how. He's waiting for Moffat Man to move.
Have you heard the one about power couples?
Oh, we've gone.
Has anyone ever heard of the story about the Amazon?
Oh, Jesus Christ. We just been taken over right there. We've been hacked, everybody.
And this is why Pudgy needs to actually sort his streaming stuff out. Because I will call you out on stream. Oh, wait 2 seconds. Hopefully we don't miss any more of the fight. Should be a fun time. We'll get straight back in the action as soon as the adverts are over.
How many adverts have we got to suffer through then?
Oh, 14. We've got a full movie.
Oh, yeah, he's got to get them money rolls in, you know.
It's what happens when you
stream
on YouTube. Oh, Jesus Christ. The Pudgy effect right there. Trying to grow his YouTube channel.
Tactical. Like, we'll say that like there was a shot to the balls or something and they've had to have a break, so I don't know.
There was a streaker.
So with that, yeah, a streaker in the octagon.
Bigfoot Silver got into the cage, ran around shouting, "Ice cream!
I want axes!" Or something along those lines.
Just
an axes chuck into the round. Okay, we are back.
Ready? Go. Let's do it.
Please never leave us alone in a booth together.
Oh,
This
that's-
isn't good.
While we're waiting for the fight as well, thank you to everybody who's tuned in tonight
Back.
to continue with us into the main event as we go back into it. We're getting some crazy action going right now, Rara, even some speeding up. Beautiful elbow comes back. Moffat Man again. Oh, he gets dropped. Can he finish it? Pudgy's got a chance.
Could this be it? I think it. Oh no, he survived it. Impressive.
Oh my
From
days.
the Moffat Man there.
The
Guess
zombie
didn't know
Moffat Man.
there goes the reversal. No
Oh,
seconds
reverse.
left, and into the fourth round we shall go.
Beautiful work. Pudgy doing a great job of kind of swinging this fight in his favour, in my opinion. Moffat Man struggling right now, trying to hold on to that 5-1 record. But again, Pudgy always has these performances where he gets himself into certain positions and he loses to the likes of Keza, or he loses big fights that going to push him into that title picture. And this is one of them fights I was kind of worried about him for. But he's still in the fight and he's got a really good chance going into the fourth round. It's been a fantastic fight of trying to hurt Moffat Man and push himself into that title contention.
Oh, definitely.
Pudgy
He denies the
getting
takedown there, but he hasn't got a lot of stamina to do much with it. Just gotta be careful. Just getting currently box a bit. Just gotta look to just get him out of there.
Oh,
Yeah, ooh.
Would
Just gotta
you?
look to get him out of there.
Getting the goes back to the body. Beautiful work right now, Doctor. And you've got to think he's in the driving seat right now, but that stamina's an issue.
I think as we got, you're in the fourth round now. Both of them are fairly on the stand. The leg of Volkanovski's royally fucked, and the chin of Aldo's is a bit fucked. And so, 3 minutes left on the clock, and knockdown in the favour of Volkanovski. It's going to be the case of who can get the better shot. And I feel like if with the way Moffat Man's defensive with it lunging out the way, if Pudgy can just time one of those shots, times the hooks that way, it's going to have a lot of success.
Definitely.
Back down onto the ground though. Not much you can really do since one denial can royally screw someone else on either position.
Looks like Aldo and the Moffat Man's going to try and get some more damage off. Obviously, it's not like the Pudgy's out of the woods with the head health either. If he can do some damage on the ground and add some cumulative damage, he could potentially get an easier fight on the feet for himself. Maybe one counter, one big rock himself, and that's what he might be trying to do right now, Rara. But this is knife. Like, this is 2-0 fighting to the end right here.
Yeah, definitely. Gotta think that if you're Pudgy, you're gonna want to just get back to the feet and carry on with what you're doing, because as I said already in this fight, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. But Moffat Man's stamina is really, really, really not good. Probably from the knockdown, which is why his stamina's not that good, which isn't good for him, because him having no stamina means if he throws like the spinning shit that Aldo has, then
Oh,
it's not gonna work. Is he gonna look for an armbar maybe? Is Volk got an armbar?
I'm not sure, but I definitely know that he's got top. He's going to go for top mount right now, which is probably a safer option and a
That
better
is
position to try and land some
expect
damage.
to be, but the damage given here with such a low stamina, it's like it's a risky position. Top mount, 50 seconds left, gets a deny, goes now,
Oh, this is big.
and
This is big.
this could be
Surely
big
it's
damage.
Moffat Man again. I think this man's an alien.
He just
Got an
survives.
alien in the octagon.
He just survives every single time. Like, he finds a way to just
Oh.
stay in the fight, and it's so difficult to finish or fight somebody like this because no matter what you do, you just feel like they're going nowhere. Rara.
Guess
Oh,
the
definitely, we get
reversal
flips
there.
here now.
10 seconds left. This could be massive issues. Guess denied on the get up. 5 seconds
Going
left.
into this
I'm
fifth
not
round
going to have
now.
enough
Big
time.
shots.
Their stamina's fucked.
My days.
Both
what a
guys'
fight we
stamina's
have.
fucked.
And it's a question of who's winning the fight, but at the same time, it's such a
I
close
don't
one.
know
It's
who's
just-
winning the fight. That's
I
the
don't
worst
either.
part. I haven't been
That's the
counting
close
who's
one.
been scoring it. It's been such a hell of a fight. You had Aldo gassed in the second, has managed to make it to the fifth. Volkanovski has gassed out trying to beat Aldo to death.
One
His
minute,
leg
man.
kick is a bit fucked. And in the final 5 minutes left, Amogliata looking over a leg kick attempt. This is all still to play.
Oh, and picking this as a, like when we were discussing this in the matchmakers meetings, Doctor, this was such a good fight. We wanted to make this main event, and it has lived up to the expectation. These two have put on an absolute war for the primetime audience, and such a great main event for everybody to watch so far.
It really has
Definitely.
been. That jab straight lead hook has been the main style. I feel like if Pudgy just fires that jab rear hook, he's going to have a bit of success purely for the fact of Moffat's going to run straight
Oh,
into
nice
it.
elbow. catching him now. He's
Surely.
oh, there's what's that big kick down the middle? Pudgy's gonna get it. Pudgy.
No
way.
Muffet Man survives like a nutcase he is.
Zombie.
Oh my god, where's Muffet Man from?
UK.
It's from blooming Transylvania.
I
Dopamine a
know.
zombie knocking
It
about.
definitely does seem like it though. Now we're on the back. Muffet Man on top. His head is gone. Half guard transition ends up in back sitting, backside back, and this is a shit show.
It goes back to the.
Fight.
Oh my days.
Roly polies are happening. Full guard finally. Pudgy getting on top. Muffet Man has got to be so careful. He's got no stamp to really do any damage. Neither of them have. Armbar attempts getting him to side control. Top mount. Uh-oh.
Oh no, just right back into it. Good God, the roly-poly wolies. Gotta think now that there's not enough stamina left for either man to get a finish in this one. Potentially.
Is it from the feet? I think potentially.
On
either
the
could do
feet,
it, but-
either one of them can finish each other. I would definitely give it in favour of Pudgy, purely based on that chin health. He's blinking on Muffet Man's side. It's blinking non-stop, and arguably being on the ground is the place you want to be if you're Muffet Man looking to make it to a decision.
I disagree because he needs to. He's been dropped in at least 2 rounds so far.
Yeah,
so
I'm
you've gotta
thinking
keep-
that as well. I
Yeah.
think he's lost 2, and he probably lost, I think, maybe the second. I'm
So
not
when does
sure.
the Hail Mary come out? That's the question. And if you're Moffat Man right now, and for me, it's probably around now, the last minute of the fight. Like, I'm not sure if I'm winning the fight.
That's
but
what
I
you
don't
want
know.
if you're Pudgy.
Oh, big shot to the body.
A front kick,
not enough
maybe.
stamina.
Something, I don't know. This is 40 seconds left. Both of them are gassed out.
That's for the flying knee.
Oh, this is
Pudgy
a
coming after
scary
him. What a
fight. Couple of
Man, he's
knees.
going for the
A
knees
jab.
again. Oh, big shot. He just misses it.
Oh my, well, this is. I love
my
this.
days, what a fight this
Oh,
is.
this is a
Going for it.
fight.
Can we not just?
We
40
saw
seconds left.
Reaper's
Every
fight,
match,
but
mate.
Big shot. Pudgy's going to try and finish him. He's got him hurt. He's got him rocking. He misses the shot.
He's stunned though. Oh,
Oh, my days, what a fight.
surely. That is.
And
gotta
and
be
now the
Pudgy's
tense wait. Let's hope they allow the judges to call out the scorecard.
What a fight.
Either man has lost that, if you ask me. They've both entertained the masses in prime time with that one. Gotta think, though, that Volkov is going to walk out the winner here.
Just a fun one, wasn't it? Just a, I don't know, just a fun one.
In the year? Oh, I presume we're not next week,
Who
because
is
obviously
going
got
to win
Christmas
it?
on there.
I do have Volkovsky.
48-47 in the favour of
Oh my
Volkanovski.
What a
Pudgy
fight.
taking the dominant win, beating Muffet Man's win streak, finally putting an end to it. And with that, probably the final card of the year within PT. It's going to be an interesting time coming back in entering. Just going to probably have a mid-season break, and we'll be right back. We've got title challenges up the wall. The PS side's got to figure out who's going to be its new title contender after you've had Humble challenge for the belt. Pudgy's put his name back in, probably being the last fighters of the year, as I said. This entire card's been hectic from top to bottom. Would you both agree?
Weekend's been
Definitely.
yeah.
One of the best cards I've had the privilege to commentate, to be honest, in a long time.
Great. And from us guys, Merry Christmas to everybody. We hope you have a great Christmas with your family and friends. Do not let your hair down. Have a great time. Have a drink. Whatever you want to do, whatever floats your boat. Thank you for supporting us throughout the year. Doctor, are we doing a raid? Or are we?
I believe we are doing a raid. Stick around for the end and we'll do a raid. That being said, though, as Humble said, he covered most of the stuff. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, whatever else you do, Hanukkah, that type of stuff.
Hanukkah,
I can't
whatever.
remember all of them, to be fair. Anyhow, that's been us from the PT crew, and we wish you a good night.
Peace.